Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice Radio, and Pokemon have gone and done that thing where they reveal a bunch of information. In this case, it's about the new set, Vivid Voltage. And then I make a video, and basically as that video is done, they release a bunch of images of promos and stuff, which we didn't get to cover in the original video because it wasn't revealed when I made the original video. So, quick peek behind the curtain. Yes, I know this stuff came out shortly after I made the previous video, but at the time I was making it, these images weren't out there. So if you want to know why it wasn't in the last video, it really is as simple as we didn't have those images for the previous one. So with all that borne in mind, let's take a look at the free Pack Blisters, and shout out to the lovely Matthew Arrive Immunity over on Twitter for hooking us up with the images. And in terms of the free Pack Blisters, we've got ourselves a Sobble, and we've got ourselves a Vaporeon. And yes, I am well aware that there isn't really a huge amount of synergy between them. Although to be fair, the one Pack Blisters, spoiler alert, have Grookey and Scorbunny. So, you know, suppose it does kind of work in that regard. So what we've got here is a Sobble, and 60 HP Sobble. It's got Growl for 1 colorless energy. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon's attacks do 20 less damage. Or for 1 water energy, you do 10 damage. And I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a good Sobble. And I honestly don't really see any reason why you would play it. One of the ones from Sword and Shield has got 70 HP. And honestly, that's the one you're going to play. It is worth pointing out that it does 10 damage for 1 water energy, but the other one from Sword and Shield does 20 damage for 1 water energy. So, it's not good. Like, even a little bit. Frankly, ladies and gentlemen, this Sobble is kind of terrible, and I'm not going to spend any more time on it. So maybe instead, you're going to want to go and get the free Pack Blister that's got Vaporeon. Vaporeon, Japan had this a little while ago. We've been waiting, now we have it. And it's got an ability, and it's an evolved Pokemon, so surely it's going to be a whole bunch better. Well, the ability says, as long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks, both yours and your opponents. Which is kind of cool. What this basically means is that while it's on the bench, it's immune, ladies and gentlemen. It's invincible. Everything is good. Yay! Now, what I will tell you is that it needs to actually have a good attack. That's not an ability you're ever going to play in and of itself. It's a kind of ability that makes a good Pokemon better. It's not the kind of ability that makes a bad Pokemon playable. Well, it's got the kind of attack that water Pokemon tend to have. 3 colorless energy, 60 damage, plus 20 more for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. Okay. That ain't too bad. And again, it's one of these water Pokemon that really wants energy just piled on it as fast as you can. But that's why Arceus gave us Frostmoth. Frostmoth has got that ability that lets you attach as much water energy from your hand to your bench water Pokemon during your turn as you like. And actually, yeah, this is kind of cool. Now, this is the kind of ability we've seen, honestly, over and over again. This is the kind of ability we see on quite a few water Pokemon. The question is it better than the alternatives? Well, it's actually exactly the same attack as Quagsire, except remember that Quagsire is rotating. So actually, that ain't too bad, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we liked Quagsire as an attacker, and this has the same attack. It is worth pointing out, of course, that Quagsire, it was played for the ability mostly. Like, it wasn't entirely played for the ability, but it was largely played for the ability, which let you move your water energy up to your active as often as you liked. It was pretty important, if I'm honest with you. So, yeah. In terms of alternatives we've got here, we've got a Lapras that does 10 damage plus 30 more for each water energy that will eventually end up doing more than this Vaporeon. Free energy, this Vaporeon does 120. Lapras does 100, but Lapras will eventually overtake because it's 30 more for each water energy rather than 10. We do have a couple of others, but they tend to be GXs, so the other options we've got are kind of Starmie, which is 40 plus 40, which is clearly better, and Vaporeon, which is 40 plus 30, which again is clearly better, Vaporeon GX that is, but then again it is worth bearing in mind that both of those are GX Pokemon, so it's not necessarily a fair comparison. Although, you know, they're both Vaporeon, you could totally play them together if that's the kind of thing you are into. So actually what we've got here is quite a competent single prize water type attacker. It's not, let's be super clear about this, it is not just Quagsire, because Quagsire had the phenomenal ability. But if you're looking for a single prize attacker, especially in kind of an EV deck, why not? Like, this will do the trick pretty nicely. I mean, if nothing else, it is a billion times better than the Sobble. The Sobble is not good. Now we have also been shown that there is a mini portfolio. This is the one that holds 60 cards, and it is kind of single card pockets. Obviously, it's got your chonky Gigantamax Pikachu on the front. Why would it not? And I suppose I should probably show you those single pack blisters as well. So what we've got here is a Score Bunny and a Grookey, which of course does make sense with Sobble in the free pack blister. And the usual thing, you get one pack, and you get a coin, and you get these. Given that the coin is Empoleon, though, I am definitely going to be picking at least one of these up, because I want the Empoleon coin. Simple as that. For anyone that didn't notice, it was a Kommo-o coin in the free pack blisters. Now, in terms of the Score Bunny, I mean, to be fair, right? Single energy, draw a card. This is not a phenomenal attack, let's be clear. But you go second, it's turn one, you've got nothing else to do. There is a Score Bunny from Sword and Shield that's got 70 HP, and similarly there is a Score Bunny that for one energy does 30 damage, and sure you have to discard an energy, but these fire decks have welders, so nobody really cares. So you know what? We've actually got 3 different Score Bunny here, and I could see an argument for either of them. 30 damage, turn one, ain't terrible. 70 HP is obviously more HP, and sometimes you just need to draw a card, and that will be good enough. So you know what? Yeah, I'm kind of in favour of this. I'm not saying I necessarily like it more than the others, but I do think there's an argument. As for the Grookey, 60 HP, 1 grass energy, 30 damage, flip a coin. Well, what does it do? Well, the good news is we have seen this as a promo over in Japan already, and we know that what it does is flip a coin. If tails, this attack fails. So it is 30 damage for a single energy, which is actually really kind of cool. But if you flip tails, nothing happens. That is awkward, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen. Really rather awkward. In terms of the other Grookey and whether it's better, yes, honestly. There is a Grookey with Fury Swipes, flip 3 coins, 30, or 10 for each head, 30 if you hit 3 heads. There is the one that does 30 for 2 energy, artwork is phenomenal, but you got to hit, 2 energy on it, which you're never going to. And then there's the one with 70 HP. So this actually is, if you're willing to give up the 10 HP, which I know not everybody's going to, but if you're willing to give up the 10 HP, I actually do like this more than I like the other Grookey, which is kind of cool, right? I think it is anyway. So there we go. Those are the promos that we are going to be getting, both the 3 and 1 packs. The other piece of information we have got here is that we've seen the contents of the Elite Trainer box, and it is exactly what we expected. In the previous video, when I didn't have this image, I told you it was going to look like the one from Darkness Ablaze, but with the chonky Pikachu artwork on the sleeves, etc. And that's exactly what we see. We put them side by side, and we see that you've got the exact same contents, but the sleeves and the box and the book, the kind of guide, if you will, they look a little bit different because they're themed after Pikachu, not Eternatus. And then similarly, the dice have different colouring to match Pikachu rather than Eternatus. So that all makes a bit of sense. It is also worth pointing out that there was a bit more information in a press release that wasn't on the website. It came out a little bit later, or at least I saw it a little bit later. And it did confirm that Colossal VMAX will be in the set. We said in a previous video it looked like it would be. It was incredibly likely. We do now have confirmation. And that is a fighting Pokemon that's really good against all these fighting weak Pokemon. And we have had confirmation that there will be 6 amazing rares in the set, which means that the 6 amazing rares we looked at in the previous video are essentially all confirmed. Unless there are some other amazing rares that we haven't seen and we don't know where they're coming from, and they're being brought in, but some of the others are being pushed out. But that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. We're getting the 6 amazing rares that Japan have had. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we know about Vivid Voltage. That's what we've got. That's the information. And as always, I want to know what you think about it, and I want to know your opinions. And anything else you want to tell me, quite frankly, my ears are open. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.